Hi guys, this is sorted. In this video I'm going to show you how you go about the task of removing a car battery and replacing the battery on a Skoda Karoq. Let's get into it. So this is the battery here. Basically you're going to open this nut at the front and also the same nut on the negative contact at the back. And you're also going to need to release this nut here. Little nut down there that you need to open up. And to do that, you're going to need a socket wrench. So obviously you're going to need a new battery and some tools. So I bought this battery in my local auto factors and it costs, I think, about 136 euros. So here is the new battery with some contact covers. Okay, plus, and this is plus, this is minus. Okay, so quite heavy, so you just lift it up, quite a weight in it. Next thing you want to do is grab some tools. In this case I'm going to be using a couple of socket sets and a flat-headed screwdriver. So you're going to need something like this socket wrench and a number 10 socket. Okay, so you just bring your socket wrench over to here. The car's off at the moment, and just put your, sorry, that's the wrong way. Okay, so just open that. Make sure you put your nut somewhere safe. Sorry, Calvo. Okay, and then this one. Alright, let's see if that is. Okay, so let's do this one first. This is it. So then you're just going to slightly rock it while pulling upwards. Rock it forward and back while pulling upwards, and it should come free. Okay, so that's the negative off. And now get this positive one off. And the front contact, the positive one, is a little bit fiddly. So now that that's loose, you're going to want to grab your flat-headed screwdriver. Oh, there you go. Okay, so the knack is, obviously, you just go in with your screwdriver here on this side, push into the back, and it'll just come up like that. Okay, so that's the two contacts off. So once you have both of the contacts off, you can then remove the lagging cover that keeps the battery warm just by pulling it upwards. So once you have the lagging jacket off for the battery, then you're going to need to grab your socket wrench with a number 13mm socket. Okay, so I need to just adjust it to go that way, to go off. Can't really see what I'm doing there, but you get the idea. I'm opening a nut. Yes, there's not much wiggle room and my bar is not long enough, but basically I'm loosening it with my fingers. A little bit awkward, but that's the screw there. So you can see the hole there, yeah? That's the screw, and that's where it came out. Okay, so now we lift that plate. Okay, so that comes out, and now we can lift up the battery. Okay, so it takes a little bit of, you have to get right over it because it's really heavy. So basically lift these panels, lift these handles, and drop it down. Okay, so plus is at the front, and we'll put this one in. Let's just put it down and hope for the best. There we go, and then slide it in. Okay, so it takes a little bit of shimmying, and it's a bit awkward, but basically you have to, if you're looking at light, you got a light in there, have you? Basically you have to, there's a little kind of ledge there that you have to slide your battery underneath. Can you see there? Can you see the ledge is kind of slid underneath there? Don't know if you can see it very well in the camera, but basically that's why you have to slide it under so it doesn't rattle. And then you take off these contacts, the plus and the minus. So we started with the plate coming out, so that has to go back in, or we ended with the plate, so that goes in first. So you get this plate in place over that hole, then you get your bolt and you drop that into the hole there. Kind of awkward and very little finger room, but you get the idea. See the hole? Basically. So you get the bolt into that hole. Okay, seal like that, and then just finger tighten it. So just make sure you go clockwise. Basically, I'm turning it clockwise here. And once you have it somewhat tight with your fingers, then you can use your socket wrench to tighten it up properly. Okay, so that's the red, that's the positive. So basically, so now you put the negative contacts on. Okay, and you put the positive contacts on. Can you see there yet? So you just put it down like that. Now, you just get your socket wrench. This is the one with the number 10 mil bit, or it just tightens until it stops waggling. Okay, so that's nice and tight now, and then the same on the negative. Okay. So then you just put on the contact covers onto the top of the battery contacts. I think this was here, so there we go. Just push that down over there like that. Okay. So the last thing you need to do is you need to put the blanket around the battery. That keeps the battery warm in the winter and in bad weather, and will help it to start better. It's a little bit fiddly, but all you do is you just keep on feeding it around the edge of the sides of the battery, and eventually you'll get it into place. So that's basically everything reconnected. Make sure all your tools are removed from the surface of the engine and from the area of the bonnet or the hood, and then try to start the car. Hopefully, if you did everything right, it will. Oh yeah. Now that's how you change the battery on a Skoda Karoq. Sorted. cameraman, Calvin. And that's the tools. Basically, it's socket wrenches and a strong flat-headed screwdriver, and obviously a new battery.